Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff enters Cincinnati quarters with straight sets win over Lucia Bronzetti. Coco Gauff claimed a 6-2, 6-4 win over Lucia Bronzetti to reach the quarterfinals of the Cincinnati Open on Thursday. The second seed's game showed some minor rust after a bye in the previous round. Gauff received a free pass into the last 16 when her intended opponent, Diana Yastremska, withdrew before the start due to injury. The American, who won the Cincinnati title in 2023 and carried that momentum to a U.S. Open crown 3 weeks later, will next face either 7th seed Jasmine Paolini or former Wimbledon winner Barbara Krejcikova. Gauff will be playing her third 1,000-level quarterfinal of the season after Madrid and Rome, both of which she went on to reach the final. The 21-year-old, who lost an early break in both sets, finally secured a spot in the last 8 with the concluding break of the 61st-ranked Italian serve as Bronzetti hit long after 79 minutes on court. Gauff said that memories of her title success here 2 years ago come to the surface whenever she is on the center court. It's super special to play on this court. I have so many memories from 2023. I played controlled but aggressive, but sometimes I was a bit passive. It's tough because the ball really flies, and she was giving me no pace. I had chances when I lost serve, but I missed a couple of balls. I was still able to close it out. On a humid August afternoon in Cincinnati, under a sky that looked like it couldn't quite decide between sun and storm, Coco Gauff walked onto center court with the same quiet confidence that has become her trademark. Her opponent, Italy's Lucia Bronzetti, was no stranger to a fight, but on this day, she met a force that was simply too swift, too sharp, and too focused. In just over an hour, Gauff dispatched Bronzetti in straight sets, 6-2, 6-3, to book her place in the quarterfinals of the Western and Southern Open. It was a win that might have looked routine on paper, but within it was a glimpse of the storm Coco Gauff is becoming. A tempest of speed, strategy, and self-belief. A young star now seasoned. At 21, Gauff is no longer the teen prodigy who stunned Venus Williams at Wimbledon. She is evolving physically, emotionally, mentally into one of the most dangerous players on the WTA Tour. And Cincinnati is starting to feel like one of her proving grounds. This match, much like her run so far in the tournament, was about asserting control. Gauff's serve, which has occasionally drawn criticism, was firing like a well-tuned engine, regularly topping 115 miles per hour and setting up easy winners. Her footwork was electric, dancing between defense and offense with an elegance only few can maintain at such high speeds. And her backhand, a whip crack of authority, punishing Bronzetti whenever the Italian floated the ball too high or too slow. The art of momentum. Bronzetti, to her credit, came with intention. Ranked just outside the top 50, she has carved out a name for herself as a gritty competitor, more grinder than gunslinger, more rhythm than wrecking ball. But against Gauff, the rhythm never came. The American seized early momentum with a break in the third game, then consolidated with a hold at love. The score ticked quickly, 4-1, 5-2, then 6-2. The second set began with a flicker of resistance from Bronzetti, who tried to mix up her pace and angles. For a brief moment, the Italian's variety seemed to trouble Gauff, who found herself at deuce in her opening service game. But that's when Gauff showed a new layer to her game. Not just resilience, but composure. She held serve, then broke, then held again. The storm had passed. Bronzetti's resistance had been weathered. A hometown feel. For Gauff, Cincinnati feels like a semi-home court. Though she's a Florida native, the Midwest crowd embraces her like one of their own, showering her with cheers. "Let's go, Coco!" chants, and applause that seems to swell with every winner she strikes. "It always feels special to play here," Gauff said after the match, smiling into the microphone during her post-match interview. "There's a certain energy here. I don't know. It just makes me want to play my best tennis." And she did. The stats backed it up. 82% of first serve points won. 21 winners to just 10 unforced errors. 3 breaks of serve, and not a single one faced. It wasn't just a win, it was a message. Eyes on the prize. With the U.S. Open looming just weeks away, every match now carries extra weight. Momentum, confidence, rhythm, all of them are being shaped now. And if Cincinnati is any indication, Gauff is not just warming up, she's heating up. Her quarterfinal opponent will be no pushover, possibly another top 20 player or a streaking underdog. But Gauff, for her part, isn't caught up in draw analysis or media predictions. "I'm taking it one match at a time," she said, shrugging with a grin that hinted at something deeper. "I'm just enjoying the ride." But make no mistake, this ride is being steered with purpose. The fire in Gauff's game is no accident. It's the product of years of work, refinement, and a growing belief that she belongs not just among the elite, but at the very top. A generation's voice. Beyond the court, Gauff has never been shy about using her platform, whether advocating for racial justice, mental health awareness, or encouraging youth to vote. She's a player whose impact stretches far beyond the baseline. That strength of character bleeds into her game. It's visible in the way she fights for every point, in the calm she maintains during pressure moments, and in the leadership she shows with teammates, fans, and reporters alike. "Coco has this presence," said one commentator during the match. "She's got this mix of humility and power that's just magnetic. You can't teach that." She may be a Gen Z icon, but her game feels timeless, built on fundamentals, elevated by athleticism, and guided by something greater than hype. The bigger picture. As the sun set on another Cincinnati evening, Gauff packed up her gear, waved to the crowd, and exited the court with her usual mix of gratitude and focus. For the thousands in the stands, and the millions watching around the world, it was a performance to admire. For Gauff, it was a step, one more brick in the road she's building toward greatness. And maybe that's what makes her journey so compelling. Not just the highlights and wins, but the sense that she's crafting something lasting. She's not chasing moments. She's building a legacy. In a world that often rushes to label young talent as the next Serena or the future of tennis, Coco Gauff is doing something far more powerful. She's becoming Coco Gauff,